Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tristan here from MEGA-YACHTS. I'm joined with my good friend Mr. Ari Steele, and we're on board the 10.4 meter Pasco limousine tender.
Right, I'm really proud to say that I've got quite a bit of experience with the Pasco range. One of the boats I was bosun on, we had a range of 3 Pasco tenders. We had a limousine tender, we had a beach landing tender, and our Solwest boat was also a jet-powered Pasco as well. Wonderful range of boats, and what is probably prominent about the Pasco is their after sales.
Yes.
They're spectacular for that. They really work well with the super yachts, and they do really aim for the super yacht range. They're looking for the larger, the mega yacht range even, and they really take care of everything. Basically.
They do. What's really interesting as well, this particular boat is a client boat, right? So they went on board, they saw the layout of the boat, materials used, and they've replicated that here on the limousine tender. So when the guests are here on board, it feels like just an extension of the mothership.
And you're really noticing it, aren't you? I mean, everything, the finishings are absolutely super yacht quality. They are gorgeous. And the interior space here is huge, it's large. It's for 15 guests, I believe?
Correct, 15 guests and
15
operates
guests.
with 2 crew.
The attention to detail is really magnificent. One of the things we noticed is, well, all of these armrests that go up and down, you can also throw your mobile phone there.
Yeah. And it charges it. And that's on all the armrests, right? So this limo tender is propelled by Yanmar engines, but interestingly, Ari, they don't have Yanmar stern drives. They're connected to Mercury stern drives.
Right.
So I was speaking to the guys from Pasco saying, why have you decided to do that? And they said, because the way the gearing works, the Mercury stern drives are a lot more smoother when engaging gear. So if you've got guests standing up trying to step off the boat, they're not getting jerked, they're not getting knocked off, lose their balance, so they're a lot safer for the guest experience. The benefit of also having the limo tender is completely closed off, right? So if you're in a bit of weather, there's a bit of spray, and the guests are going ashore for the evening, they're all dressed up, ladies in their dresses, guys in their tuxedos, they're not going to get covered in salt.
Absolutely.
So they're going to arrive to to the dock nice and dry, ready for their evening.
You can imagine if you've gone to all that effort of coming on your super yacht somewhere, you've had hair and makeup, you've had everything done, and you're arriving to an event. You don't want all that hair and makeup ruined by the time you get
Absolutely.
there. So this gives you that ability to really rock up in style, look in the business.
Yeah.
100%.
And the other thing Pasco was saying is, obviously one of the key elements here is air conditioning.
Yeah.
Because these boats are usually used in the summer. So when the engine is running, it's powering the compressor units, keeping the guests nice and cool. So even if you're in the middle of summer, you stay nice and fresh and you're not sweating into your outfit.
An added benefit of the air conditioning is we used to use our limousine tender for any big events. We would go and we would get all the flowers. We'd be out anchor somewhere. We'd chill the cabin down to 16 degrees Celsius, and then we could fill it with all the flowers and keep them in the best condition.
Right.
So when we boarded back to the boat for the event, the flowers were in optimum condition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is great. Yeah. Should we go and take a look at the drive station?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Take your phone back. Okay.
So really interesting drive stations. The guests are inside nice and dry, 2 crew and operating the boats. So you have the driver here, and interestingly, speaking to the guys from Pasco, this has the joystick system. So although she does have a side power bow thruster, just in case it's a bit windy, with the joystick system alone, this boat can actually literally move sideways off the dock. The way it does that is each stern drive move independently.
Absolutely.
So the way it would work, you'll turn 2 in, one will be forward gear, one will be reverse gear, and that will just nicely bring the vessel alongside, off the dock, or onto the dock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It gives you an ability to control it in such a way that's basically not really doable with just using your sticks.
Yeah,
of course, you can have someone of your experience. You are masterful at that.
Yeah.
The really, really fine touches. You can imagine when you're just really centimeter perfect, and you're really just touching and going and allowing somebody to step on and off the tender.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives you that kind of control, which is really unmatched.
But also the other thing to consider is when the mothership is out at sea, it might be a bit choppy.
Yes.
You want that ability to be able to maneuver the boat very quickly.
Yes.
And in a safe way. And engaging the gear here is just so smooth. That's it. That'll be in gear.
Yeah.
Neutral.
That's gorgeous.
Reverse.
Isn't it?
neutral.
Yeah, I do
right?
remember when I was driving, just the beautiful control systems. It was really quite clear where you were and when you were driving it. Are you astern? Are you forward? You absolutely knew.
Yeah.
Something that I really liked when I was driving these boats, and that I thought was great attention to detail, was the ability to still be in this exterior area and be enjoying it. What Pasco chooses to do with their limousine tenders, which is different with some other people, is they always choose to have the drive station to the aft of the vessel.
Yes.
And the reason why is because it allows the pilot to also observe the guests and keep an eye on them much more easily.
Yes.
You can imagine in a situation where we've got other limousine tenders next to us, they're choosing to have those forward.
Yes.
Now, of course, the pilot can't actually consider where their guests are.
Yes.
Also, another thing that you'd have to consider is if you have any kind of weather and the helm station is forward, you're now in a really compromised position. You're really bouncing.
Yeah.
So having this here closer to midships and actually closer to the aft is much more beneficial for those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned earlier, the after-sales service is great at Pasco. Speaking to the guys, they'll fly to anywhere in the world. Is the refit service they offer. So very important, you always want to maintain a super yacht to the very high standards. Owners have standards, especially if you're chartering, you need to maintain the standards. So if you're a busy charter yacht, over time, things get tired.
And also what happens is technology improves.
Exactly. So they offer a full refit service. So I always say to clients, especially from a charter point of view, you want to be looking at refitting every 4 to 5 years your mothership.
Absolutely.
But don't neglect your tenders.
Sure.
Right? So you can come, what will happen over time, the seating area will start to wear, look a bit tired. They'll come, they'll strip it all out, reupholster it, new woods, new varnishes, and have it looking brand new
Basically,
again.
it feels like a brand new boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Gorgeous. I think what's worth pointing out is just the attention to detail. You did mention, of course, that it is matching the mothership.
Yeah.
And it's quite apparent here that they've just put, no expense has been spent. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Exactly. And in fact, the thickness of the teak planks are exactly the same as the thickness of the teak planks on the mothership. So this is a client boat. So that's really cool. And the other thing, I know it's small things, but I notice these things. Like this flagpole for the size of boats, it's just in itself, it's carbon fiber, it's just a work of art.
It really is.
Everything about the boat, every detail is really important because so much time and effort is put into the mothership. If you don't put the same time and effort into things like your tenders, it just makes it not look as good.
Yeah, I mean the overall guest experience, the continuity when you're stepping through the tender, it doesn't stop once you leave the boat.
Exactly.
It continues on, and you can imagine when you're doing a successful charter, every little thing is so important. So when you leave the boat after an amazing charter, that whole experience of leaving the boat is still magical. You're arriving to the Mercedes Sprinter vans, you're getting taken to the private jet.
Yeah.
All of that still needs to be seamless until the guest leaves. Absolutely. Any little opportunity to ruin an experience, it can happen.
Yeah.
And this is just that extra step that elevates the experience.
Exactly. And I know a question that is going to be asked in the description, in the comments box below, is the pricing. Okay. So you want to understand these vessels are all completely custom. So we can't tell you what the prices are because there is no fixed prices. But if you are interested, I'll put links down below, and we can talk about the base price depending on what the client wants. Specific details, specific specifications. The other thing that we have on this boat is music. When the guests come, we can have nice, chilled, relaxed music in the background, and these are specifically designed to be lifted and craned onto boats. Exactly. So there are strong points on board. So everything's thought about making it practical and it's easy to launch and to recover, to make the job easier for the crew.
Absolutely. I think it is worth mentioning, back to the customization that you were mentioning, is because of the ability to fit it in.
Yeah.
Pasco really works hard with the shipyards that are building the mother boats to ensure that those boats are going to fitting in as seamlessly as possible.
Yeah.
And what you'll notice about the whole Pasco range is they have the ability to get flat really, really well.
Yeah.
So not so much on the limousine tender, where you do, of course, take the flagpole out, the aerials come down, everything gets nice and flush.
Yeah.
But actually with your Beachlander range,
yes,
the whole bimini comes down super low.
Yeah. Without
really
compromising guest comfort.
Absolutely not. No, it's just that the ability to telescope down. A lot of thought goes into those processes to get that boat nice and flat.
Yeah, absolutely. Really great, that's fantastic. Guys, I think that's it. Anything else to add?
No, it's been my pleasure. I believe this is the end of the show for us, and I've just had such a great time. So I'd like to thank all your viewers.
Thank you.
It's been a real privilege working with you today, Tristan.
Thank you very
for
much.
the rest of the show.
Thank you very much. At the Monaco Yacht Show, in case you didn't know, and we've been filming the last 4 days. We've done a lot of boats.
Yes.
Ari, thank you for taking part in helping me to present these boats. I always prefer doing it with two people.
Me too.
We bounce ideas off each other. Let us know, what do you guys think of Ari and I working together, or you prefer just me chatting a lot of stuff to camera. I prefer it this way. Guys, any questions, do let us know in the comments box below. We'll try and answer all of them about this boat. Thank you all so much for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time. See you and